Hey there, this is Juan Lee. This is the first episode of Cancel This. Cancel This is about canceling this. Do it.
Shows last for so long, even after I'm gone. If you cancel me, soon you will see. If you cancel me, I might cancel you.
So let's start with branching. As most of you may know, branching comes from finding a branch and talking about it, doing a little rat-tat with someone else based off a very strict structure for the rat-tat. D-Tribe couldn't do it for a while. Hey, this is Juan.
What kind of tree is it, Danny?
Hey, this is Juan.
Hey, Wani, what kind of tree is this?
That's all the time we have for branching with Juan. Let's take a look at the history before we get into the original branching video. I mean, it was inspired from somewhere, but I really can't say by what, by whom, or by, I don't know, like my brother Dan and I, we were just in his apartment, and we were looking at this really tiny branch, and we just went into it. Let's take a look. The very first branching video.
This is Daniel Lee and I with branching. So, these branches, Dan, why don't you tell us about what you're looking at here?
This is one of the thinnest branches in the entire universe, actually.
I do agree. That branch is very thin.
That wraps it up today for Branching with John and Dan.
Bring it. Branching with John and Dan.
I mean, like, even my mom could branch.
Hey, we're branching with my mom. My mom's branching. What you guys say about the branches, Mom?
These lovely branches. These are coleus. They have beautiful green exterior with a purple, deep purplish interior. They're gorgeous.
I do agree. Those branches are gorgeous.
That's all the time we have for tonight with Branching with Juan and Molly.
Branching with Juan and Molly.
And then we were out on the street, Elwin and I were outside my apartment on Montrose in Brooklyn, and we were branching. I told him all about the structure, and he just went on for way too long. Let's take a look.
Hey, this is Juan and Elwin, and we're branching. So we're walking on the Montrose, and we came upon this very interesting tree. Elwin, why don't you tell us what you see with this branch on top?
Well, with just a singular branch, I feel that it's very lonely. It's very just feeling itself right now. It's pulling away from the street. As you can see, the street is right here. Carbon coming over here. It's the tree saying no to this. It's going this way. It feels isolated. It feels lost.
That tree does look isolated, and this is all the time we have. This has been
But it's
Juan
still
and
growing.
Elwin
It's still
with
doing its
branching.
thing.
Hey, this is Elwin and Juan, and Elwin has a different take about branches. Elwin, what are you talking about branches?
Well, here today we're going to talk about this branch right next to us right here. This branch is a very special branch. It's actually a bonsai tree. You can see it right here. There it is. See that?
Well, that's all the time we have for today. This has been Elwin and Juan with branching.
But then he finally got it. D-Tribe nailed it. It's an incredible branching video. Let's take a look.
Hey, this is Juan.
And Dan.
And we are
branching.
Hey, Dan, what's going on with these branches right here?
This is a field elm, and it's half green and half yellow.
I do agree. That field elm is half green and half yellow.
And we're fresh out of time this week for branching.
And the irony of the whole thing is D-Tribes had this old Mercedes we went out to, and we did a Mercedes-ing video, but with the rat-tat and structure of branching. Here it is.
Hey, this is Juan and
It's Dan
And Dan, and we are
in a Mercedes.
Mercedes in. So
Mercedes Benz.
So over here we got Dan in the driver's seat. What's going on in
guys.
the driver's seat?
We're about to get going. You ready to roll?
I do believe we are about ready to roll.
All right, let's do
And this is all the time we have for Mercedes in with
Dan.
and Dan and what and we are Mercedes in.
It's baby blue, baby.
And of course, that led to all the outtakes, all the YouTubers, all the TikTokers. Things got a little dangerous.
I do agree. That tree does have several leaves and bark.
That's all the time we have here today. Matt and Juan signing out.
Oh,
And
these
then got
branches.
too complicated.
Well, this is a dwarf Norwegian cedar, and as you can see by the roots, they have a unique mycorrhizal relationship with the other trees. You guys see that branch over there?
Then it just got completely out of control.
So this is a branch slambo.
Then branches seem to be coming out of nowhere.
This branch situation up top here.
Well, it appears that there's a branch that somehow fell out of the sky and it's sitting on top of that tree.
So we just went back
this
to
is
basics.
Juan and Dan, and we are Bridget. So,
Shortly after,
Dan, what's
came
going on
the
with this?
greatest branch moment of all time.
Hey, this is Juan and Louie, and we're branching. We got this branch behind us here. Louie, what's going on with this branch?
This branch?
Yeah, that branch.
This branch right here. Well, this branch, it looks green and a little crumbly.
I do agree. That branch is crumbly.
And this has been Juan and Louie with
Branching.
But that's when we got way too big. The Instagram account had grown from 47 to 92 followers. At that point, we had to make a decision.